In this Webflow tutorial, I'll teach you how to create a free CMS slider using the Finsweet attributes solution. So I've actually covered one of this in the past tutorial, that's list filter, but in this specific case, we'll be using list slider right here. Of course, I'm gonna leave this in the description. Let's quickly jump into Webflow. So right now in Webflow, I just have a blank canvas. Let's go ahead and head over to our collections by hitting this button right here. You'll notice in collections, I've already made a CMS collection called homepage sliders. And in each of these slide items, I just have an image. So I have 5 CMS items. In each one, I just have a different image. That's what we're going to be using for CMS sliders. If this is already overwhelming to you, I've made a tutorial in the past covering CMS collections. So check that out. Right now, back in the canvas, I'm going to go ahead and add a slider. And I'm going to give this a class of CMS Slider. And I want to make sure that I set the width to 100%. And I want to make sure I put the height as auto. So right now, it looks deceptive. It looks like it's set to auto by default. But for some reason, Webflow hasn't fixed this. So make sure we hit auto one more time. And you'll notice the slider has changed the height. The next thing I want to do is just head over into the slide items right here. Slide 1 and slide 2. I'm going to go ahead and add an image inside slide 1. And I'm giving this a class of CMS image. And I'm going to go ahead and replace this image with just something dummy for now. In this case, I have an image of a bus from Sydney, Australia. Right now, I gave this a class. I'm going to give it a width of 100%. And I'll give the height of this image 100 VH. And you'll notice this is going to be the slider height. Because we put the slider as height auto, it's going to listen to its child. And in this child, it's set to 100 VH. So for example, if I change to 50 VH, you'll notice the slide automatically adjusts. But I want to keep it at 100 VH. And I also want to make sure that the image is set to cover right here in more size option. That's it. Move on to the next step. Let's go ahead and add a collection list just underneath our slider. We'll go ahead and pull in source, which is homepage sliders. So you notice it has 5 different CMS items with 5 unique image fields. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy that CMS image that I have of this bus and just paste it inside the item right here. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the gear icon. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I pull in that specific image. So you'll now notice I'm pulling in the 5 different images. And of course, this is taking up a lot of space. But by default, the code is going to automatically hide this. But if you do want to make this a much cleaner, we can go ahead and put a class to the CMS list wrapper, give it a class of CMS hide, and we'll go ahead and just put display none, right? And that just hides it. Now we just need to connect these 2 specific CMS lists with the slider. Super easy, barely inconvenience actually. So we can go ahead and head over to the docs and just follow the steps. First thing we need to do is just copy that head code, go back to Webflow and paste it inside our head tag where our page is, right here. We'll hit save. We'll go ahead and move on to the next step, which is adding the attributes to the list as well as the slider. So we'll copy the name right here, go back to Webflow, and we want to go over to our layer and select the collection list right here. Head over to settings and paste it to custom attributes right here. And we'll give it a value of list, which is right here. Copy the value, paste it right here. Apologies if I'm going too fast. Feel free to pause the video and rewind it. The next thing is we want to head over to the docs and we want to add this attribute to the slider. So we'll go ahead and copy the name, go back to Webflow and paste it inside the slider right here. And on the settings, we'll go ahead and paste that custom attribute. Go to the docs and paste the value, which is slider, and we'll go ahead and paste it right there. Believe it or not, that's literally it. We can go ahead and publish our site, and we'll go ahead and preview the site. And you'll notice once I preview it in the live site, it's showing 5 different slide items as indicated by the slide dots, and each of them are pulling in that CMS image. Super powerful stuff, super easy to implement. Here's a bonus tip. If you have multiple sliders within your page, all you need to do is just head over back to the docs, and where it says add more instances, all you need to do is just add this specific attribute right here, this name, and then where it says value, you could put your own value as long as it's exact same, and you just add it to the specific slider as well as the list. So let me just give you a quick example. Right now in this Webflow project, I have multiple sliders. So I have slider 1 and slider 2 using different CMS fields. And you'll notice all I'm doing in the slide right here, head over to settings, is just adding that extra attribute of FS list instance, and then just putting a value, it could be whatever, as long as that value, in my case it's enviro, is exact same between the slide and the list, it will work. So there you have it, guys. Super easy to implement CMS sliders in Webflow thanks to Finsweet attributes. My name is Derek Su. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and comment if you found value. Check out more of my videos right here. I also have a Webflow course if you want to check it out. It's in the description. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.